2:30 p.m. all over Atlanta. And this is a brief history of Valentine's Day coming to you from F.Y.I. That's a new show that's coming on, ladies and gentlemen, and it's for your information. And I will be your host, the Silver Fox. Today we're going to talk about Valentine's Day, Saint Valentine, and Cupid, and so forth and so on. And we're going to let you know this brief history is going to teach you a lot. All right, let's get it on. Saint Valentine takes us back, to the 3rd century, around 269 AD. He was a Roman priest or bishop, one or the other, or both perhaps, who performed weddings so that men could avoid being drafted into the Roman military. When the emperor who performed weddings so that men could avoid being drafted into the Roman military. When the Roman Empire and legions needed soldiers to protect their ever-expanding territories, beyond the Rubicon, Emperor Claudius II decreed that nobody could become engaged or married. The emperor had determined that married men made poor soldiers. So he banned marriage altogether from his Roman Empire. But priest Valentine defied the emperor's demand and married off many couples in castle basements and wine cellars. St. Valentine's action was considered to be an act of outright treason against the Roman Empire and defiance of the law of the emperor. But Valentine continued to marry couples secretly, who came to him anyway when Claudius II discovered Valentine's activities. Valentine was imprisoned and put to death by beheading on February 14th, 270 AD. This day was kept as tradition to honor sexual unions. Get it? Roman youth drew names of young ladies who were to be their romantic sexual partners or dates, not only for that evening, but the girl thus chosen would become the sexual partner for that young man for the remainder of the year. And in some texts, it says that as long as they wanted them. And of course, you could have more than one wife. So the phrase, "Will you be my Valentine?" That's where it came from, ladies and gentlemen. And you listening of Israel. The Roman pagan god Cupid, remember that name, Cupid, called Eros Erotic in Greek mythology, was a smiling, mischievous child armed with a bow and arrow, ready to pierce lovers' hearts. With romantic love was joined with Saint Valentine. He was joined with Saint Valentine, by myth, of course, for the purpose of bringing pagan worshipers to the Christian Catholic Church. Cupid's arrows symbolized the male penis, whereas the Valentines symbolized the female vagina. Cupid's penal arrows would strike the libido of the persons, stimulating their sexual desires toward whoever was nearest. Check that out. Now, that's why he, Cupid, was turned mischievous, because listen to what he did. Because he would join men with men and women with women, mankind with animal kind, adults with children, married spouse with unmarried partners, or multiple sex partners together all at once. Shame. So that's the brief history. And we see where the term "be my Valentine, be mine," and all of that kind of stuff came from. We know that Cupid's arrow represents the male penis, and the Valentine is the female's vagina. And Cupid sometimes misses with his arrow and hit a man, and thus we have a problem with homosexuality. Nevertheless, read 1 Thessalonians 4:3. For this is the will of God, the Almighty, even your sanctification, that ye should abstain from fornication. Fornication is sexual immorality, sexual sins. Check out Levi 18, verse 4. That every one of you should know how to possess his vessel, which means your body. You should know how to control your body. You should know what to do with your body and what not to do with your body, most of all. Verse 5, not in the lust of concupiscence, evil, sex, untoward, even as Gentiles, which know not the Almighty. So therefore, friends, we know that Saint Valentine was a scoundrel. He disobeyed the orders of his superiors in Rome. Well, and maybe he thought it was for a good person. It's a good reason, rather, is to keep the young men from having to go into battle to help defend their ever-expanding Roman Empire. Also, Claudius II, the Emperor of Rome at that time, was dead set against marriage. Wow. That causes a problem right by itself. Cupid, the mischievous child, with his bow and arrow, which his arrow simulated the male penis, and the Valentine simulated the woman's vagina. And he would shoot his arrow. Sometimes he would miss and hit men with men. Problem. He would hit women with women. Problem. He would hit humankind with animal kind. Problem. So we have to make our presence known in this area, teach our children well, and let us go on after the law of the Almighty God. That's it. It's 7:38 all over Atlanta. And the clock on the wall says that's all. We'll get back with you later with some more information. If you would like to leave us a message, you can leave us a message at pastor2004@msn.com, or either you could respond in the chat. But our website and some other things are being worked on. They're not ready yet, but when they do get ready, the recording has ended.